Teresa of Avila has for us, especially for anyone who seeks to become closer to God or who wants to consult Teresa's wisdom about prayer. That's Teresa's specialty. A much-loved child in a large, vivacious family, Alonso Sanchez de Cepeda kept a notebook in which he recorded information on the births of his children. And as we'll see, he had a lot of children. One laconic, yet unforgettable entry reads this way: On Wednesday, March 28th, 1515, my daughter Teresa was born more or less at 5:30 in the morning. Don Alonso could never have guessed how well known throughout the world this daughter of his would become. Alonso would have been amazed to discover that 5 centuries after her birth, in the year 2015, there would be numerous global events commemorating the birth of this lively daughter of his. In addition, 214 is the 400th anniversary of the beatification of this daughter, who was canonized in 1622, on the very same day that Ignatius of Loyola, Francis Xavier, Philip Neri were canonized. Now that's a very distinguished set of saints to be canonized on one day. By the way, Teresa was the very first Carmelite to be formally canonized before the Church often went by the popular acclamation of who the saints were. Teresa has received countless other honors, culminating in her being declared the first woman doctor of the Church. That happened on September the 27th, 1970, and she was so declared to be a doctor of the Church by Pope Paul VI. Saints are named doctors of the Church when they possess significant wisdom for the whole Church. During her lifetime, Teresa was unimpressed by those who began to talk about her being a saint. In fact, Teresa scoffed at this idea. She wrote to a relative, disdaining, and I quote, "that farce about my sanctity." You can count on Teresa to say what she thinks. I intend these lectures as an act of gratitude to a woman whose life and writings have been an inspiration and a source of wisdom for countless God seekers, even for so many beyond the borders of Catholicism. Personally, with Pope Francis, who recently said that he could not imagine the Church without nuns, I can't imagine a spiritual journey without the help and inspiration of Teresa and her amazing wisdom that is so apparent on every page that she wrote. Indeed, Teresa, in the centuries since her death in 1582, has become a mystic's mystic. That is, her writings have provided wisdom for a theological understanding of Christian mysticism, and for anyone who seeks to understand the transformational character of mysticism. From the end of the 17th century until the middle of the 20th century, Christian mysticism endured a long eclipse that only subsided when the likes of Thomas Merton and others reawakened an awareness of the riches of Christian mystical tradition. By the way, Thomas Merton will be 100 years old on January 31st, 2015, the same year as this anniversary of Teresa of Avila. During that unfortunate eclipse of Christian mysticism, Teresa continued to be read and admired, and when the eclipse subsided, Teresa and her writings were there to be embraced by